All right, we're doing lesson number 11, and it's all about charts and tables. And in this particular lesson, we're going to spend some time just helping you work through a table. Um, One of the reasons that we put charts and tables in this particular algebra set of lessons is that you're going to find that a lot of the questions on the ACT are going to have to do with charts and tables. Kind of weird, but actually a lot of the science section deals with the interpretation of charts and tables. And I find that students who aren't used to interpreting charts and tables struggle on the science section of the ACT and as well as on the math section of the ACT. So throughout this year, you're going to be given a chart here and a table there, and you're going to be asked questions to help you um, interpret those tables. And at first, some of it might be a little awkward because you're not used to interpreting charts and tables. But I think as the year goes along, you'll become a little more comfortable with it and gain some confidence so that when you take the ACT or SAT, you'll have a little more success on those particular exams. So if we look at the first table here, we're just going to answer the three questions, or the five questions that I have posted there. And before we jump right into the questions, let's just look at what the table has to say. It looks like we're talking about baseball, and because we're talking about the World Series, and for Cub fans, this is going to be a struggle because it's been a while since we've either been to one or we've actually won one. We'll look at that here in just a bit. But you'll notice that we've got the teams on the left-hand side. We've got how many titles they've won. Look who's on top, number 11. And those are the other teams. So San Francisco's won 6 and LA's won 6 as well. World Series appearances. This is how many times they've appeared. Not necessarily how many times they've won, but how many times they've appeared. So St. Louis has appeared 18 times. Well, if they've won 11 of them, that means they've lost 7. Last World Series title. Last one they appeared in. Doesn't mean they won or they lost, but last time they appeared, and that was going to be, I'm sorry, last one that, it's the last World Series title. So this is the last time that they actually won. So 2011, San Francisco's 2010. Look, let's go down to Chicago. Whoa, I think I have a typo there. I think that should be 1908 there. That's been a long, long, long time. 2008, that would be would be in that would be fantasy for Chicago teams. As a typo, serious typo on my mistake on my part. All right, and then the last World Series appearance. The last time Chicago's been in was 1945, and they obviously lost that particular year. All right, let's go through and let's see if we can answer some of the questions that we have up here. Which team has the most World Series championships? Well, World Series championships, that would be titles right here, and that would be St. Louis. This is for all NL teams, National League teams. AL is a different story. Which team has the second most World Series champs? This is going to be San Francisco. When did New York win their last World Series? Well, last World Series title. So let's go find New York. And that was in 1986. How many more World Series championships does Atlanta have compared to Arizona? Well, how many World Series championships Atlanta? Atlanta has 3, and Arizona has 2. It has 1. So they're not asking for how many. They're how many more do they have? Well, if Atlanta has 3 and Arizona has 1, then Atlanta has 2 extra than Arizona. How long has it been since Miami won a World Series? Well, let's go down and find Miami. Last time they won was in 2003. Well, this is 2000. Oops. This is 2012. So minus 2003, that gives us 9 years. So it's been 9 years since they've won. And hopefully that'll help you out a little bit on charts and tables. I'd like to do 2 problems with you out of the homework. I'd like to do number 23 with you. So I'll set that one up right now. So we'll say -8 plus, there's a bracket, I'm sorry, a brace, and then a bracket. Let's do times 4. And then let's close this off. And then plus 2. Okay, we're working inside out. So we're going to do the innermost first, and we'll do those two. Signs are the same. So if the signs are the same, the answer is positive. And we get 7. Bring down the bracket. The 4. The 2. The positive. And the negative 8. Okay, I can't do anything inside of here, but I can do this. And so they're asking me to multiply. I made a mistake. Darn it, hopefully you caught it when we went through it. If the signs are the same, the answer is negative when I'm adding and subtracting. Whew, that was bad. All right, now we'll multiply. That's when, if the signs are different, it's negative. So this is 28. If I am messing that up, I can imagine how easy it is for students to mess that up. So, apologize for that. Okay, let's do these. First two, the signs are the same. That means we add the numbers together, so that gives us 36. We keep the sign of the larger number, which is 28. The signs are different, so we subtract. Keep the sign of the larger number. There it is. All right, let's do 26 as well. We got, let's say, negative 8 plus 15 all over. Let's do 10 minus 3. Okay, when you have fractions like this, we need to do the top by itself and the bottom by itself, and then finish it off. Let me think this one through a little bit. Yeah, this one actually worked out real nice for us. So, so we do the top. The signs are different, so it means I'm going to subtract. So 5 minus 8 gives us 7. We keep the sign of the larger number. 15 is bigger than 8, so I'll leave that as positive. On the bottom, we got 10 minus 3. Signs are different, so I'll subtract them. So that'll be 7. I keep the sign of the larger number. 10 is bigger. And then I divide those out, and that's 1. And there it is. Good luck on lesson number 11.